My name is Luis Salazar III, and today I am going to try to convince you that my life is more interesting than it actually is. By that, we're going to be playing two truths and one lie. It's a pretty silly game and eye-opening as well, because it can really show you that you can't judge a book by its cover, or that some things are simply too good to be true. So, let me tell you these two truths and one lie in no particular order. The first story is going to be about how I've been traveling for essentially free for the past 2 years. The second story is going to be about the time that I got stabbed by a sea urchin 5 times in the back. And the last story is going to be about the time that I went to the ER because I stuffed too many Legos up my nose. So, without further ado, let me tell you my first story. For my entire life, I haven't really traveled much. Before I turned 18, I've gone to maybe Utah, Arizona, Nevada, and occasionally the trip to Mexico to drop off or pick up stuff for my family. So before I turned 18, I started researching on how I can travel for way cheaper. There I came across credit card points and all the ways I can use them. So as soon as I turned 18, I responsibly started using credit cards and accumulating points. And since then, I have traveled to Oahu, Seattle, Arizona to Phoenix, and in a couple months to Japan for no more than $50 for hotels and flights. It's not a crazy first story, but it sure is interesting if it's true. Next, let's go to my second story. When I had gone to Oahu last year, I spent around 5 days going to different beaches and hikes, but one beach in particular really stood out, and that was Hanawama Bay. And there they have incredible snorkeling. So it was my first time ever snorkeling, and I wanted to try it out. I had practiced in a pool beforehand, so I went out by myself, right? It was gorgeous. The reefs were really nice and close by, but my inexperience got to me as I got further down. One wave in particular had gotten water up in my snorkel and sent me back a few ways, and although I was able to recover with the water, unfortunately I had hit my back on reef, and more importantly I hit an urchin. It had stabbed me around like 5 times in the back. Luckily, it was not a poisonous species to humans, so I got lucky there. I didn't drown. And finally, let's go to my third story. My third story is about the time I was around 4 or 5, and I was fascinated, and still am, with Legos. But I guess I was bored one day, so I started getting little Lego studs and just putting them in my nose one by one until I had reached my limit, but it was too late. I couldn't take them out. They were really deep in there, and I couldn't breathe because I already had asthma as well. I had told my parents, and they were super mad, but they couldn't get it out either, so we went to the ER. Apparently they were jammed here, but luckily I survived and they got them all out. So obviously I'm still standing. So I had told you 3 stories. 2 of them are true, 1 of them is a lie. I had told you about the time that I've been traveling for free for the past 2 years and currently still am, if it's true. About the time I went to Oahu last year and got stung by a surgeon 5 times, and about the time I went to the ER when I got Legos up my nose. Can you tell which one of those is fake? Thank you.